So I've seen a lot of fake images pop up online in the past couple of weeks when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. And ever since I started doing this 2 years ago, I started doing Geekdom 101. It's been a constant struggle between real versus fake. So when I built my channel, my main thing was to be the realest dude that I could be and give you the most accurate and best information that I can. So it sucks whenever you have people fooled by a lot of these fake, images and fake news stories and whatnot. There are fake leaks around there that have come out, fake information. So I wanted to make this video to kind of explain to people and kind of talk to y'all, and you can spread this video out for sure to anybody who might be fooled by this, the difference between real versus fake, and kind of some tips as to how you can tell whether or not something's real or fake. Now, obviously, throughout the past couple years, we've all been fooled at least once. We've been fooled by some fake stuff. It happens. And people make mistakes. It's not really worth, hating somebody because they made a mistake. But the key thing is that you have to remember is when you look at an image, when you look at a news story, where is the information coming from? Is it from somebody who's built their channel on credibility, such as myself, who I've done that from day one? Is it from Kanzenshu, who's also been credible? Is it from Herms, who would never lie to you ever? Is it from Rhyme Style, who also would never lie? Several other channels. That's the first thing you gotta look at, or is it from a bullshit YouTuber who's known to lie, who's always lied from day one and just wants your clicks? Or is it from a BS website like Blasting News and Screen Rant and all these sites that really shouldn't even be covering Dragon Ball? You gotta look at that first, okay? Who is it from? Second of all, you gotta look at the actual image and think, is this plausible? So what I want to do with you guys is I want to go through some of these images here and kind of show you kind of easy ways to spot whether or not something's real or whether or not something's fake. And there's been a lot of fake pictures that have come up in the past couple weeks because we have this big Dragon Ball Super special that's going to be airing, next month. People are already making fake photos, and the one you see right here on your screen, right, it's Jiren holding Vegeta by the neck. Now, if you're familiar with Dragon Ball, if you've seen a lot of Dragon Ball throughout your childhood, you'll know that that's obviously traced from here. As you can see, there's Vegeta with Piccolo holding him. It's pretty much the same image, not identical, but close enough. So you know that that's obviously not real. Now, one thing that I want to tell you guys, the thing about me and kind of what I do here on Geekdom 101 is I try to be as upfront and as honest as possible. So if I do make a mistake, every single time I make one, you'll always see me correct it. But it's pretty safe to say that I'm 99.9% right with everything I do when it comes to news anyways, because I tend to double and triple check my sources. Now, and I'm also very familiar with how things work in Japan, in Toei and on Fuji TV and whatnot. A couple things I want you guys to really focus on here with this image. First of all, if there are going to be any released and leaked images, or whatever you want to call them, from upcoming Super episodes that have not aired, the clock in the upper left-hand corner is not going to be there. So let me explain the clock. When you watch something on Japanese television, doesn't matter if it's Dragon Ball, One Piece, Power Ranger, Super Sentai, it doesn't matter. You're going to have this clock in the upper right-hand corner sometimes. Now, the clock is basically the time that's being displayed on, the TV, on the television, when somebody's recording something from the TV. Why would a leaked image from Fuji TV or from Toei have the clock? The clock is you only see the clock when you're watching it live on television. And as you know, this episode with Jiren grabbing Vegeta by the neck has never aired and probably will never air. And it's an obvious Photoshop. It's an obvious fan art, or whatever you want to call it, meant to either fool people or to get some rocks off. Who knows? But the other thing you should also notice that the clock font isn't even correct either. So just a word of advice. If you see an image pop up online with the clock in the upper left-hand corner before the episode even airs, they are trying to lie to you, okay? I see some YouTubers actually do this with their thumbnails to try to fool you into clicking their trash videos. I'm pretty sure most of my audience here is smart enough to pick up on that being BS. But just in case you don't know, if you see the clock before the episode airs, it's fake. Here's another one right here with the clock. Again, this is a picture of Limit Breaker Goku putting his head on Jiren. Obvious fan art. The way that his back is just an unrealistic position. They try a little bit, to be a little bit more authentic here with this, Japanese lettering down here. It's BS. Again, you're not going to have leaked images, right, come out with the clock. It's fake, okay? Especially, with the fact that, like, if it was real, because we do have leaked images pop up from time to time, usually on the Fuji TV website. If it's real, it will get covered. It'll get covered by AJ on Twitter and by the Reddit, the DBZ Reddit will cover it. I'll cover it most of the time. And if you're not following me on Twitter or Facebook, I do suggest doing that because sometimes I'll post stuff on there that I won't make a video out of because I don't deem it being important. So this image, for example, completely fake, completely fabricated. I don't even think Goku's, form is going to look quite like that when we actually see it. It's totally fake, Now another one here is, here we have an image. This one's been pretty popular. Somebody asked me and Herms about it a few days ago, and Herms just kind of, was having fun with it. Obvious Photoshop here. Again, we have the clock once again, the wrong font. You're not going to have the clock. And here's another way you can easily spot the BS. The clock says 9:03, right? The Dragon Ball Super show airs at 9 a.m. Sunday mornings in Japan. This is Japanese time. Those of you in the United States and Canada, in this hemisphere, you guys, we obviously get it Saturday morning. Saturday night. Saturday night. If you are in Europe, you usually get it early Sunday morning or late Saturday night, depending on, where you're at. But why would Vegeta get eliminated 3 minutes into the episode? I find it hard to believe they would eliminate such a big character as Vegeta this soon into the episode. Just obviously doctored, obviously fake. And in fact, when you look at this, what they do sometimes, guys, is they'll blur this. They will blur the image so that it looks like, oh, somebody captured it with their cell phone. That's just a trick to make it seem to basically hide the Photoshop. I mean, if you look at this right here, look at this. Are Vegeta's legs this long? Are his quads this long? I mean, it just amazes me that people have fallen for this, And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful because we've all made mistakes and we all fall for carny crap in the past. There's nothing wrong with that. But, I mean, just look at it. It's an obviously fake image. And again, no image will ever leak online unless Japan actually wants it to leak. There's nobody hacking the Toei servers or any of that stuff. That stuff never happens. If it does happen, I'll report on it. I assure you, if that happens, not only will I do a video on it, but you'll have Anime News Network, you'll have Kanzenshu definitely cover it if something like that happens. So you just have to kind of put trust in kind of what we do, you know what I mean, and what we've done. Like I said, from day one, it doesn't matter how you feel about my videos, if you like my editing style or my voice, or, if you don't like me for whatever reason, it's fine. I mean, not everybody's gonna like you, and that's cool, but at least understand that I'm never, ever, ever, and I never have and I never will lie to you. Never. I will never, ever purposely lie to you on this channel. So those of you watching this video, you already know that, but if you're new to the channel, maybe you don't know that, I will never lie. I've tried to build myself on credibility because I know that in the future, if I'm credible, you guys will stick with me. Other people who I'm not going to name have been lying from day one, and now they try to be credible and they can't because they've been lying for so long and they still do shady tactics. So the best thing to do is just to be honest with people. Even though I might be sacrificing cheap clicks, I don't really care because I want you to at least respect me, even if you don't like my videos. And if you do like them, then I appreciate you. I mean, I sincerely do. I really thank you for letting me do what I do. Let's look at this other image right here. Now, this one's a joke. This one's a joke. I mean, the hair for Vegeta isn't even the right color. Right here, you can clearly see the black lines have been erased from Frost. I mean, this is one of the, look at this right here. This is one of the worst Photoshops I have ever seen. I mean, this is embarrassing, and if you fell for this, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Hopefully it won't happen again. It's bad. And then now this one, I got one more for you guys. This one was sent over to me by Super Jaiyan, actually. You have this play button here. Again, how can you play something from an episode that hasn't aired yet? That's number one. Number two, why is there a title card here? This is not in the next episode preview. You don't get a clock 5 minutes into the episode with this. And title cards for this arc don't ever show this kind of picture. It's always the arena in the background. It's always been like that. And this is from a Facebook group. I don't know if this Facebook group created this or not. I don't know if they just took it from somebody else, but you got to be real careful if you're on Facebook. You really do, because the vast majority of people who run these Facebook pages have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know anything about the series or how it works in Japan. So if you see something on Facebook and it looks unrealistic, just kind of use some critical thinking and say, okay, it's not there. Is it real? Is Anime AJ talking about it? Did Geekdom do a video? You know, is Anime News Network covering it? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm the only credible guy, because I'd be lying to you about that. But I assure you that if something like this comes out, I will definitely cover it, because I think that's a pretty big deal. You know, Vegeta laying down there and Frost looking at him. That's a pretty big deal, I would say. But again, just other reasons you can tell it's fake. There's a play button for the episode that isn't even online yet, hasn't even aired yet. The clock, you know, again, you can't have clocks on episodes that haven't aired. Someone out there's trying to lie to you, and I'm here to kind of make this video to sort of show you that, you know, to help you guys out if you're being fooled by these fake images. You know, there's no reason to ask me if it's real or fake. If it's real, then I assure you I'll put a tweet out, or, you know, I'll talk about it, you know, because if it's real, I'll definitely discuss it. It's worth discussing. If it's fake, then, I mean, it's fake. You know, lots of people out there trying to lie to you. And I'm sorry about that, but that's just how it is. It's the same thing in other communities too. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you again for all your support. And I want to thank you guys again for all your kind words and support during Hurricane Irma. We're still recovering down here in Florida, which is where I live. I thank you for that. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. I do look forward to seeing 107 to see what really happens. So I'll talk to y'all later.